Yowie wowie! It's the best way to start a video, it really is. And the reason for that yowie wowie is I was thinking about WWE 2K20 and the pre-order bonus for this year's game, The Fiend. Now we know that 2K have gone a little bit wacky, a little bit crazy with the DLC and the bump in the night and taking superstars to an entirely different universe. That's the theme for this year's game. And that's pretty cool. It's different. But what if WWE Games had gone for more wacky and a little bit out there, but not gone to a different universe and instead focused on the Fiend himself? Now we're not entirely sure what else we're getting with the Fiend, if anything at all. But we haven't heard any detail around the Firefly Funhouse. We haven't heard any detail of getting a secondary Bray Wyatt, the one that's in the Funhouse. But if we were to get those, I tell you what would have been very cool to have. And enter the Funhouse mode. Now this is something I've come up with, but I think this is focused on a superstar and it's much more intriguing because it does indeed relate to the Fiend. So if you're not keen on the weird and the wacky because it's focusing on just superstars being made into zombies, this is much more centralised about the superstar and taking that superstar and enhancing them with their very own unique mode. And for the Fiend, to me, this would be perfect. So, and enter the Funhouse. You have to create your own superstar to enter the Firefly Funhouse. That's the starting point. You enter the Funhouse and Bray Wyatt, in his teacher-esque look, is your guide. He's going to guide you through the Funhouse. Now we know that Bray Wyatt is not to be trusted, and as you advance through the Funhouse, you will find out that, because along the way, he might take you through a path that isn't quite as safe as he made it sound. And things are going to jump out on you. It could be Abby the Witch. It could be the Rambling Rabbit. He's not too much trouble. Or it could be Huskus the Pig Boy. My guy, you know. Or it could be the Fiend. Now as you advance through the Funhouse, your objective is to complete the Funhouse in the quickest time, racking up the most points. Anytime something jumps out on you, you have to destroy it. Sometimes you will, sometimes it will disappear, sometimes it will come back. And all the way, if you're thinking you're doing well, you're racking up points that are going to go towards a leaderboard, and your time that you complete the Funhouse in, with those points, will be uploaded online for other WWE gamers to compete against you. And at the end of the month, say WWE Games will give away a prize for the person that tops the leaderboard, and that could be exclusive content for a WWE game that only you get, or it could be some sort of memorabilia from Bray Wyatt himself. Sounding good yet? I think so. So as you advance through the Funhouse, you think you're doing fine, you've defeated Abby the Witch, you've done away with the Rambling Rabbit, Huskus the Pig Boy is still your boy, and then the Fiend strikes. Now the Fiend can come and go as he pleases, and just remember, this is like an arcade mode, so you're advancing forward all the time, but the Fiend can do some serious damage, and it's leading to you encountering the Fiend one-on-one, and that's where the Funhouse itself would then just become a place of the Fiend. So you know when you've seen the Fiend featured in the Funhouse, it all goes a little bit creepy as you know what. That's when you encounter the Fiend, and the only way you can have your time and your points uploaded is when you defeat the Fiend. You do that, it's job done. And you can have Bray Wyatt with the voiceovers, and I just see it working so well as this arcade mode where he's prompting you, he's saying this, he's saying that. It's kind of getting in your head because it's so confusing. But I just think it works. So to me, Bump in the Night is wacky. It's out there. Seeing superstars in a different universe. It's cool. But this idea gives you a different take on a WWE game, just as the Bump in the Night is supposed to. However, its primary focus is around a WWE superstar and their gimmick within the WWE. So it's really playing in to what Bray Wyatt is all about. And I'd love Bray Wyatt to even have a hand in this and come up with some of the things that step in your way in addition to his puppets. I mean, you could do stuff with the gloves. If you take one path, you go down the route which is much more easier, but you sacrifice not picking up so many points because there's going to be less things jumping out on you. If you advance down the route of, say, fear, you know that the Fiend might be coming, so you might have to be ready to take up the fight. And of course you can strike the Fiend, maybe, or you can duck out the way of the Fiend, but you don't want him doing any damage to you, because when you do face the Fiend, oh boy, you're going to need that health. So anyway, that is my idea, and I honestly think it is something that is superbly different. And then you have the option, because the way that I look at it is one of my favourite modes that were ever introduced into a WWE game is Defeat the Streak in WWE 2K20, because The Undertaker for that mode felt so different to any other type of AI that I've played before in a WWE game. We had Proving Ground one year which featured John Cena, didn't live up to that expectation. The Golden AJ Styles had nothing on that Undertaker. So that's why it was so unique to go into that mode. You had the leaderboard, it was competitive, you had to do things in the time, you knew that the Undertaker could catch you out. And these are all the aspects that I would take, but I take that one step further and develop it into an arcade aspect of this game. So, what do you think? Because for however wacky Bump in the Night is, I have this feeling that you're playing matches. This is completely different, and what it makes is a game that's focused around the simulation based style of game, but then you have an alternative, something you can just enter and get really competitive with and enjoy. And it would be awesome as well for 2K, because they could have events where the best players can show up and compete against each other, entering the Funhouse. There's just so much you could do with this. I love it. So if you like this idea, hit the like button. I don't see us getting this for 2K20. It's a bit late. But if the Fiend is still around and his Firefly Funhouse is still active for WWE 2K21 or the future, something like this is, in my opinion, what people are asking for when they want something different, because it's focused on a superstar. It's not going crazy in terms of, you know, thinking out there by developing superstars as zombies. It's taking what's already there and just simply putting it into game form by giving it an arcade kind of approach. So yeah. So anyway, these are the sort of things that I come up with. So whether it's good or bad, I don't know. But I like to come up with these ideas, and that one to me, I'd play it. I'd want to top that leaderboard. And if someone then decided to knock me off the top of that leaderboard, oh boy, I'll be playing that for weeks to try and get back on top. Yeah, I would. So anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the Enter the Funhouse idea. It would just be cool. But for now, please rate, comment and subscribe. Have your say too on what you think could also work for a WWE game. If maybe you're focused on a superstar, a bit like what they did with Defeat the Streak, taking that superstar, advancing them into their very own unique mode. That's the sort of thing that I think would really fly for a WWE game. Like a Firefly. But for now, please rate, comment and subscribe. Yowie wowie! See ya!